All right, so here's a little quick tutorial on how to um, insert footnotes into a Google Doc. So there's a couple different ways to do this. They've made it a little bit more difficult than it used to be, but it will work regardless. So let's say you already have a footnote. Your teacher has either given you a list of footnotes or it's already been created from something like easybib.com or whatever. So I'm going to go just to a document right here. And this is a footnote from a document that I used to use. Kids used to um, use in one of my world studies classroom when we were talking about slavery. So I'm just going to copy that so I have it copied. So let's say you're going to try to add this footnote. Here it is down here. I'm going to go back and get rid of that. So let's say here's the quote from your writing. You're using it according to Heather Andrea Williams. For decades, slavery tore apart, blah blah blah. And it goes on. You go period, quotation marks, and so you already have this footnote. Teacher already gave it to you. You got it from EasyBib, whatever. You're going to go insert, and you're going to go down to footnote. You're going to click that, and it's going to automatically put a 1 down there. So if you can see that down there at the bottom of my page, it's already inserted a 1, and it's inserted a 1 right at the end wherever my cursor was. So you got to make sure your cursor is in the right place before you go insert footnote. And then you go down here to where the 1 is. Just make sure your cursor's there, and we're going to just copy, or we're going to paste that there. Now, if you were to insert another footnote from, maybe you do that somewhere earlier, you insert another quote from earlier in the document that you're writing, and you look at this and you say, oh, I wanted to insert a quote first. The beauty of doing it in Google, let's say you wanted to insert it up here in your document. I know this is not a kid's essay or anything like that, but let's say you wanted to insert that. You're still using the same source. Let's say you're going to just quote it two different times. You're going to quote it previously, or let's say you have a totally different source. You're going to go insert footnote. Notice I put it above my number 1. Insert footnote, and it already moves the one that was below it in the document to number 2. And so this one we would just put a new footnote in there, whether it's the same one that we just used or whether it is something from a different source. So that's if you have the footnote already. So let's go back a little bit and talk about what happens if you don't have the footnote. So if you don't have the footnote, let's just say that I got this. It's not the right quote, but let's just say I went to history.com and I was looking for information on Martin Luther King, and I found their topic. I'm writing a paper on Martin Luther King, and I wanted to use something from this website, whatever it is. Let's just say that this right here, this quote is from that source, just so I don't have to write a new one. At the end of that, you're going to go insert, or actually, no, sorry, you're going to go tools and then click on citations. So this is essentially doing what easybib.com would do for you. Click tools and citations. It's going to give you a thing over on the side. It's going to add a citation source. Notice I can pick MLA. I can pick different ones. There's MLA in Chicago and APA, but I'm going to use MLA. So I'm going to add a citation source. It's going to come up with book, even though people don't use books very much anymore. I'm going to pick website, accessed by a website, and then it says search with a URL. I already have my URL, so I'm going to go up here if I'm a kid, and I'm going to copy that. Control C. I'm going to go down here to search with the URL, and I'm going to paste that. And I'm going to click search. It's going to do most of it for me, but you notice title is missing and contributors are missing. So I'm going to continue with that. It gives me most of my information, which is good. I'm going to continue with that, and it's going to ask me for an author. Well, in the Martin Luther King article, if you can find an author on the webpage, that's great. But this one just says history.com editors. So I'm going to go in here because you have to have an author. I'm going to go in here, and you can either put the first name, last name. So if there is an author, you go last name, last name, whatever. But in this case, it's a corporation or organization. So I'm just going to go history.com, editors. And then I'm going to scroll down. So we got the author. And then they're going to need a title. And I'm just going to entitle this. It just says Martin Luther King Jr. The website that page might have a title other than that, but I'm just going to go with that. That looks like it's the title of the page. And so I'm going to type that in there. Nothing else is absolutely necessary here. Everything that has an asterisk by it is already filled out. So we're going to click Add Citation Source. If you don't have the asterisk ones filled out, it's not going to let you put it in as in another way in just a second. But I'm going to click Add Citation Source, and that ends up here in your citations for this document. Now, if I close this document out, or if I close that side thing there and I open it again, Tools and Citations, it's still there. So it saves kids' citations. Really cool. If you want them to create a works cited page, you can do that. So the way we're doing it, if we're just wanting to create a footnote, you just go back to Insert a Footnote. Where is it? There we go. Insert Footnote. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to be really careful, but I'm going to copy and paste, just making sure that I don't pull any of the format stuff, just the actual words. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come down here to where my footnote is. I'm going to make sure my cursor's in the right place, and I'm going to paste that. And there you have a footnote based on the citation source. Now, if you didn't want to do that, and you wanted to go with the way Google does it now, I've gone back to not having a footnote. So now here's the end of my quote, and I still have my citation source over here. And you'll notice that over on the side, they used to be able to footnote it like this, but now they're just doing a parenthetical citation. So right now, if I wanted to, I could parenthetically cite this. And if kids keep adding sources here, all of those ones will stack up in this thing. And as long as you open the document, doesn't matter where you open the Google document, at home, on your Chromebook, on a school computer, if you are logged in and you are opening your document, all of those things will still be there. So that saves all of their sources so they can create these citations as they go. And then you're going to click Cite. So notice I just want to make sure that I have my cursor at the end here where my citation is supposed to go. And this is going to give me a parenthetical citation, not a footnote. So that's going to give me a parenthetical citation. You'll notice it came up with history.com editors. Now, at the end of this document, if I wanted to create another page and do a works cited page, I would just click enter all the way, get myself to a new page, third page of this document. And there I am on the third page. I'll scroll down so you can see that. And so now I want to create a works cited page. So I could put a title. I could do, works cited right there. And I could, center that if I wanted to, make it look nice and neat. And then I could hit enter. And so now I'm going to go left justified there. And now I'm going to go insert works cited. So for this document, I can pick one of them. I can pick all of them. It says insert works cited. I do that. And notice wherever my cursor was, it now just created a works cited entry for me with the indent like it should be, all of that kind of stuff. So it makes it pretty easy for your kids. All they have to do is hit enter now. And then if they have another citation source, they can click on that one and say it's insert works cited. So that is how you would do it. I'm more of the footnote type of person. Oh, actually, it put works cited for me instead. I didn't have to type it there. That's cool. I'm more of a footnote type of person. I like the clean, easy look of a footnote, and I don't like works cited pages. And for history, footnotes work a lot better because you don't have a bunch of these words kind of filling up your other words. I like just a notch there to say, hey, if they put a footnote, they quoted correctly, and then I can go down and I can see those footnotes as they happen. So there you go. That is how Google can do footnotes and citations. Hopefully that helps you.